Hello everybody, today is May the 30th, 2024. As I normally like to start my videos, I am a day trader and a swing trader. I like to make my decisions based on the 1 day chart, and then I like to look down into these time frames, where if it's the 4 hour, 15 minute, 1 minute, whatever. And that's how I design my swing trades and day trades. This is not financial advice. This is just the way I see trading, and if it's useful for you, that is fantastic. But I strongly recommend to make your own decisions and do your own research if you're gonna take a risk when you're trading, because you can lose it all. You can make a lot, you can lose a lot. Anyways, today we're gonna talk about Amazon, Trump Media, ENPH, Robinhood, Nike, and PLTR. So let's get to it. Amazon. I mentioned Amazon back in I think somewhere around here, either on the 13th, I believe, which was Monday. The reason for this is because you had a pretty obvious, well, I shouldn't say pretty obvious, but I was questioning if this could be a double top. And the reason for that, I guess, change of trend in my eyes were because you had one rejection here, 2 and 3. So once you are at this point, I was also looking at the MACD and the TSI, and they were looking like, obviously they were starting to lose momentum. Even after this candle here, which was the next day on the 14th, even though it was a green candle, it was pretty much a flat day for Amazon, so the momentum just went down. So my thesis here was like, we can actually keep going down, and I think in one of the videos I made a couple of weeks back, I was suggesting to use the SMA 35 as a support level if we get to that point, and then make a second decision if this breaks. So I guess we're at that point right now, or if it's tomorrow or Friday, if we break the SMA 35, 171 is pretty possible. So I think I actually have this here somewhere. I mentioned this for sure today, because it was kind of like a I told you so kind of situation. So yeah, on May 13th, I mentioned this name, and I put what was either going through my mind and a little bit of my thesis here. So this was it. I think a crucial, I guess, point right here is the SMA 35, which is this line right here, and if it breaks, it might be another opportunity to actually go short, buy puts or whatnot, thinking that this can go to the next support level, which is 171. I didn't buy. I don't have a position on Amazon yet, and I'm not planning to buy, to be honest. And the reason why is because I normally like to enter right at this area when these two indicators are about to merge, or I guess when the lines are gonna go under the signal line. So and to me this is too close to the 0 line. I wouldn't trade it. But if you want to play this, what I see here is that keep a good eye on the SMA 35 and then make a decision. If it bounces, great, and then you have your resistance here. If it breaks, you have your support right here. Just keep an eye on that. Next, I have Trump Media. Never trade this name. To be honest, between yesterday and today were the first days that I've been looking at this, and the reason why is because I was already looking at news, people talking about what would happen if Donald Trump goes free, or he gets convicted, or he gets killed, or he is guilty. Well, the verdict was today. He was found guilty, and what you see on X is that a lot of people are supporting Donald Trump, and at least on that side of the spectrum, obviously. I'm pretty sure the left side is jumping on one leg. So what I think is going on, and another news that were to me intriguing, was that the donation web pages for Donald Trump are pretty much collapsed because everybody, or a bunch of people, I shouldn't say everybody, a bunch of people are jumping into supporting or donating to his campaign. So what else could happen? Could it happen that retail actually jumps here and starts buying this name? I think that's pretty possible. So I do have a bias on this name, and I was mentioning that on my last how you call it, X post. I do have a bias. I think this could easily squeeze between now and I will give it about 7 days and see what happens. So I wanna keep an eye. Tomorrow I'm gonna look at the price action before the bell and see how it's behaving, see how much volume is coming in, and then I will make a decision. So I will be a pretty opportunistic. I guess it will be an opportunistic decision to make if obviously you see this squeezing besides political, I guess, ideology or whatnot. I mean, if you can make money one way or another, just go ahead and do it. As far as what I see on the chart, there is not much to see here, to be honest. Maybe you can use this as resistance and use the SMA 35 as support, whatever. Again, this is not a ticker that I actually look at. I don't even know how it trades on the day. Yeah, there is not even a lot of volume. So if tomorrow you come with volume and the volume started growing up here, by the end of the day, well, that tells you a story. And then if we go on the extended hours, well, volume was pretty low here, so this doesn't mean much. But yeah, I think there is something going on. There might be some opportunities here. Anyways, enough with that. NPH. I did mention NPH a few days back, I think right here on May the 23rd or the 22nd, one of these 2 days. And what I liked about this is that it was on range. It had this pretty strong, resistance levels right here that it couldn't actually break. Maybe this day on the 4th of April really tried, and then you got a full rejection on this, and it happened a few more times, but this time was successful. And then what I was predicting was a retest, or what I thought would be optimal. It kind of didn't happen, but then it just kept going up. It's a bummer that I actually didn't take this move, because it was pretty obvious. It was also bouncing off the SMA 35, which for me is also a great indicator. But I like to combine all of this with MACD and the TSI, and for me that would be an optimal A plus trade, and I would get into it. I didn't. Whatever. I'm not upset about it, but you had a lot of things going on for this ticker. And one thing that I was seeing here, I did mention again, one of those things I told you so, and nothing. Where is here? So on the 23rd, I mentioned this. I probably did it before, but yeah, on the 23rd. So I saw this, even though there was a rejection here, you could see everything else going up. You could see that EMA 9 and the 20 going up, and you could also see that this was flat, but also moving up slowly, but going up. The same here on the RSI. So we are right here now. I really like this chart. I don't think, again, I feel like I missed the boat. I wish I would have actually make a decision right here. And this day was almost 6.5%, and today we had almost 4%. Beautiful. This really worked out really nicely. So yeah, but I did call this right on this candle, this red candle, on Thursday of last week. So we're right there. Hood. I've been talking about Hood for a while. Where is Hood? Here. Robin Hood. And I think I mentioned Robin Hood somewhere in this area between these two candles. Another pretty similar to NPH, right? You have this strong resistance level 1917. You have the support. It's been bouncing on the support. It bounced on the SMA 35, which is another great indicator. Now it mounted the EMAs. it tried to break on this candle, got rejected, but it wasn't that bad. It wasn't dramatic, even though it was a minus 3%, over 3% on that day, but it wasn't that bad. And then it came back, and then it went to 21.21, and then yesterday I mentioned 21.21 is another support level because of these two candles. Not support, I'm sorry, resistance. And if it breaks, it could keep moving up, and it did. So we have this here, but I think I'm just mentioning on this one, I'm mentioning this from May 29th, which was yesterday, but I'm pretty sure I did mention hood on X before, which was on the 24th, interestingly. And so yeah, my thesis was this was before the 21.21 support resistance, I'm sorry, but I was saying it's gonna retest which would be optimal, and this was the drawing that is actually following. I think I did mention hood before this, but I'm not gonna waste anybody's time. It's probably, if you scroll down in my page, you would probably find it. It was pretty straightforward, I guess. Anyways, I'm not gonna waste anybody's time. But yeah, keep an eye on Robinhood. You might see the same behavior again. Keep going up, retest, going up again. That'll be fantastic. I didn't take this trade. I didn't see this trade until we were around this area, and I don't know why I didn't get into it. Maybe I think at the time, what date is this? The 16th. I think I was on Meta and Microsoft and some other name, so I didn't take this one. So I don't like to have too many. I'm a day trader and a swing trader. I don't like to have a lot of names in which I'm swinging, especially. I like to be conservative in that respect. Anyways, hood was looking good. I still thinking that it's looking good. A retest would be great, and then, which I said this before again, and then a continuation is pretty possible. Then Nike, I actually saw this today, and did I buy Nike? I'm not sure. I would have to look, but if I'm probably gonna buy Nike tomorrow if I didn't buy today. I'm sorry, I don't have my account open right now, but what I like about Nike is the fact that it has this pretty strong support that didn't break for quite a while, and the MACD and the TSI are pretty flat, but if you zoom in, it's starting to move up, and these three indicators, RSI, TSI, MACD, are moving at the same I wouldn't say speed, but it has a pretty similar momentum move. Today we had almost 2%. I think this is pretty. My thesis here is like you can buy tomorrow by the end of the day, or maybe if it's low in the morning, buy tomorrow, and then keep an eye at resistance right here, 96.50, and then if it breaks resistance, then you have low liquidity here. That would be fantastic. You go to 100. So that would be the move. If I buy, or if I bought, I will go in July, mid-July calls on this. So I have definitely a bullish bias. And Nike is a great brand. Is the fact that it's been going down like this is because, well, the consumer really, you want to buy milk before you buy your Jordans. That's pretty much it. So it's not a priority to buy shoes or to buy anything right now other than just provide for your family, and the economy is in pretty bad shape right now. So Nike is one of those brands that could be affected, but as a brand, we all know Nike is Nike, and it's a great brand, and everybody knows about it. Everybody has a Nike shoe in their fucking closet. So I think if I haven't, I'm sorry, I don't remember. I've been pretty busy today, but if I haven't bought this today, I'm definitely gonna jump in this tomorrow, I believe. Another thing that maybe you want to keep an eye on is like this indicator right here, which could also be another sign of resistance, as you can see in this level right here. So be careful with that as well. I actually, You can see a lot of the way here. I actually didn't. So this is working as a strong resistance level. So it could be a party pooper right there, but you know that. I mean, if you have any losses, cut it quickly. Next, Palantir. Palantir, where are you? Here. Well, there was news, and they had a new contract, which was with the Department of Defense, and one of the things that I'm always cautious about Palantir is how dependent they are on government contracts, and I think if they should look into more opportunities in the market, which I'm pretty sure they do, but the dependency on the government contracts is it could be worrisome. Not at this point, but you know, I think is something to keep an eye on. So what am I seeing here is we have the SMA 35 as a resistance level as well, or at least I'm considering that, and the 2188, another resistance level that was drawn based upon this candle and the bouncing here and the change of support turning into resistance, support, resistance, and another now is a resistance again. It's been ranging here. It's another good thing. Another good thing is, and these two indicators are pretty flat. The RSI is already reacting to it, to the price action. Another thing that I like is when you have this low liquidity area here because of the price gap. So breaking this resistance level at 2188 would easily bring you to the next level, which is 24. Am I gonna enter this? Maybe. Not with a big position, but because I mean, for what it is, I think the options in Palantir are a little bit too rich. But I like what I see. I think this chart looks very promising. So keep an eye on this name. I think by today it had a pretty decent day, 3.77. Just want to review a couple of names that I have positions on. Carvana is printing. I did buy puts right here, so far it's going well. Affirm, I was green, today I am flat because of this candle, but it's fine because my puts are for mid-June, so I still have some time. Roblox, I bought Roblox 2 days ago or yesterday. I like how this is moving in a way, however there is not enough volume and that worries me a little bit. So I am green on this, but I would say green like by a very small percentage. So anything could change if this actually goes a couple of percentage points in the next tomorrow or something, then you know that'd be great. And then I have another position on Shopify, and this is another one that has kind of like a similar setup, and I don't know, it's not catching momentum. I like what I see here on the TSI and the MACD. The RSI is looking okay, but I'm right on this one on a small percentage, so I'm not too worried, and these are calls for June, but it's just moving too slow, so I'm just gonna give it a couple of few days and see how this works, and if I get tired of it, I'm okay. I'm not losing much in reality. I maybe I'm being impatient, who knows, but I don't like to see charts like this. This is kind of boring, and I'd rather sell, to be honest. That's all I have for today, I think. And keep an eye on the DJT. Maybe tomorrow, the next few days, we might see some surprises. We are seeing craziness already, so things could get crazier. Anyways, see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.